Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers. Today I'm going to be making some spaghetti squash to go in the freeze dryer. I actually have a rubber mallet that I use to help me cut through squash, and this method really works well. I have two squash and cut them each in half, and these are medium size, and then we are going to remove all the seed. If you leave one or two, it doesn't really hurt anything. You can put these aside and bake them just like you would pumpkin seed. This particular time I didn't, but clean out the inside of the squash as best you can. And do that with each half. In my situation, I had 4 halves. Put those in an oven at 400 degrees and cook them for about an hour. You really want them to get a little bit soft. I needed to leave, so after an hour, I left mine in the oven, turned the oven off, and then when I got home, they were still warm and perfectly done. You then just scrape the squash out from the inside of the shell, and as I did this, you'll see it does kind of pull apart in strands like spaghetti, hence the name for spaghetti squash. And you may notice a seed or two at this point, and you can remove them as you see them, and scrape out each of the halves, removing as much as you can, and then you can pull all of that apart, but you can see it really does empty the shell out well. Now, since I'm making this for freeze drying, it's going to be kind of a one dish thing, and I'm making a double batch, so I'm using a pound of ground beef and a pound of ground turkey. I'm going to break those apart really well and cook them down. And as they cook, you do want to, I cook these thoroughly, and then I did drain all of the grease off that I could, but there was still some remaining, so I poured water on there, let that get really hot again, and then drained the hot water off so that I have, as you can see, just really fine ground meat. I personally liked taking the squash and just separating it. I'd put this in the refrigerator until I got back to cooking it. So I was just separating it so that it wouldn't be all clumped up, and I could ensure that we had squash thoroughly mixed through here. Obviously, wash your hands before you do that if you're using your hands to add the squash here. After I put in approximately half of the squash, I then put in a can of spaghetti sauce. I believe I had 1 jar of meat sauce and 1 of just regular. If you want to add any other seasonings, now's the opportunity for little Italian seasoning, garlic powder, whatever you might like per taste. Then I took the other half of the squash once again, broke it apart on top of the meat mixture, and then once I have all of that on there, I'm going to add 1 more jar. And folks, you can make this, because we're using it for freeze drying, I wanted the meat crumbled as fine as possible, so I don't have meatballs as such. But this still works great as kind of a one dish meal. And you can see I'm trying to remove some seeds as I go. And you get all of that spaghetti squash in there, add the second can of spaghetti sauce, and then mix that in thoroughly. I did, and really once you've gotten this all mixed together, the dish is essentially done. If you let it stay on the stove and cook a bit longer, it really does get those flavors mixed throughout the meal. And then I did not film myself putting this on trays, but I had parchment paper where I lined the side of my freeze dryer trays, and once this cooled off, I put it in the freezer and let it freeze overnight. Actually, it was probably about a day and a half before I put it in the freeze dryer. But then next thing is just load it in the freeze dryer and let it go. I believe it took about 30 hours to get this done. Okay, the freeze-dried squash has come out of the freeze dryer, and you can see it is just kind of a little styrofoam brick. Break it in half. You can sort of see some of the squash in there, the tomato sauce, some meat. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and just stick it here in a bowl. Kept some out for my lunch. And then I've got some water heating, and as soon as that comes out, we will rehydrate this and see how it turned out. Okay, this shouldn't take long. And once again, this is one of those meals that if you get it a little bit too wet, that's okay. But we're just going to let that completely soak it in. You can see this part has already completely rehydrated. Flip this over, and this may be, we still got a crunchy part there. But yeah, that, I don't know if you can see, but that has already completely rehydrated. Got a couple of places that are still just a little bit firm. So we're going to give that just a minute. Yeah, that seems completely done. Folks, it really is that fast. Let me see about possibly just a touch more water on this one piece if I can. Soaks right inside of there. And that looks like it's going to do it. Okay, so that fast. Oops, we don't have any light. That fast, it is completely rehydrated. You can see the meat, the spaghetti squash, and now for the taste test. All right. That is so good. I'll be honest with you, it seems like, to me, these kinds of dishes taste better when they've been freeze-dried because all of those flavors really mix together. That is, folks, that is really good. And you saw how fast it was. And if you want it moisture, add a little more water. If not, just, add it. You saw how it just soaks it up as you put the water on there. That is so good. So if you're looking for a meal in itself, this has meat, vegetables. You could also pair it with maybe a side of green beans or something, but you've got a meal right here. And you saw how long it took me to prepare it. It was, I believe, 2 minutes to heat water. So this is awesome, and I hope that if you're looking for a meal, this might be something you want to consider. Thanks for watching Two Tired Teachers.